Developers hope to build apartments and homes literally from the ground up, starting with the Welcome Center, right here. It's the first charger built for the department, but CPD says anyone with an electric car will soon be able to pull up and plug in. It means quitting the idea of taking on extra duties while at work. In other words, only doing what you're paid for. At South Carolina's blood supply is down more than 30% from what's needed to meet the demand. But school officials hope that exposing kids to reading will turn the page on test scores. There's no expansion or traffic changes happening here, just a repaving of these broken down roads causing car trouble for commuters. Right now it's just past 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and look at this, there's almost no line here at the polling place behind me. State senators are debating a bill to ban abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, which failed to pass through the House last month.
One of her dreams is to become a doctor.
For Greenville mom Erica Hunter, each day has brought new struggles, having dealt with sickle cell disease for decades.
I'm on my way.
And once a month, there's this.
Because the way her reports are gets in my way if I try to do mine first.
A trip to the hospital for the procedure keeping her alive. So you need how many pints of blood every month?
I get 8 to 10 pints of blood per month.
And if you don't get that blood?
Well, it's a matter of life and death.
But this year, Hunter sometimes received a fraction of the blood needed to live.
I was, very fatigued, more severe pain crisis.
And it's a crisis that spreads statewide, as South Carolina's blood supply is down more than 30% from what's needed to meet the demand. The state's Red Cross division says it's over 7,000 units short from this time last year. It's a concern for Red Cross officials like Visha Jameson.
We definitely need more blood on the shelves.
But sickle cell patients need blood from Black and Hispanic communities. Jameson says their blood is the only kind that's compatible. The problem is, only 1 in 3 have the right match.
But we are still at a vulnerable state right now with our blood supply.
But rather than live in pain, Hunter is making a plea for help.
What's the point in planning if I'm not going to be here to really live through my dreams?
She's helped build a nonprofit organization, hosting events like this to raise awareness for the disease and encourage others to give what they can.
Just trying to pave the way for others to be able to have the help or receive the help that they need.
Not just helping survivors.
It can attack pretty much any place, at any time, no matter what.
But finding hope.
And with the help of everybody else, we can get through this.
Without that help, Hunter and other patients
It does take a lot out of me.
could keep waiting.
The pain can get so unbearable.
Hurting.
It's not easy.
Hoping for help.
Definitely makes a difference.
Finn Carlin, Carolina News.
Kindergarten and first grade, please report to the theater.
For students at Leap Part Elementary in Columbia, the start of the day
all the dreams that he dreamed, right?
was like all the rest.
So when I wake up in the morning, I'm like so tired, and I always want to grab a coffee and drink it.
But that changed when the books were brought in.
Is there one that is right?
Typically, it's teachers leading the learning, but once a year, men from the community are the ones leaving lessons.
Right, and what's all this right here?
Men like Robert Johnson, who's done this for 9 years. He came to read to his granddaughter.
My granddaughters, I want them to know that I'm there for them. I'm supporting them. I want to equip them for the future.
For that future to be brighter, school officials like Jill Downs say test scores need to be higher.
Getting kids to love books at an early age is a very crucial piece.
In the state education department's recent school report card release, most elementary schools statewide had average scores in areas like math and reading. Leap Part scored below average in critical learning areas, but school officials hope that exposing kids to reading will turn the page on test scores. It's an effort echoed by other school district leaders.
And we know the importance of getting books in students' hands early, reading to students, providing them the resources to become better readers, then we know that our scores will increase.
For school officials, increasing scores is motivation to read to students.
I feel free. What is free?
But for Johnson, it's making a difference that's bringing him back every year, and the feeling it provides.
I feel complete. If I die tomorrow, I'll feel complete. I left something that would be essential for the rest of their lives.
Leaving a legacy of learning behind. Finn Carlin, Carolina News, Columbia. Thank you both. State senators are debating a bill to ban abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. which failed to pass through the House last month. The debate marks the latest development in a string of disagreements between state lawmakers on abortion. It's a situation causing anxiety for pro-abortion advocates and hope for anti-abortion advocates, pushing lawmakers to ban the procedure. Cheering efforts to ban abortions.
We have an opportunity to stop the death of 115 babies a week.
That's what brought dozens of anti-abortion advocates to the center of the State House, where senators are continuing to debate a potential 6-week ban on the procedure. Dave Wilson is the president of an anti-abortion statewide nonprofit, who says an abortion ban at the state level is long overdue.
Let us put the lives of children first in South Carolina.
But debates between lawmakers in the Republican-led Senate worry pro-abortion advocates like Ann Wilson.
Senators and representatives on the anti-abortion side do not care at all about hearing our voices and what we have to say.
The debates are just as divided outside the State House as they are inside its chambers. Last month, the House rejected a 6-week abortion ban passed by the Senate in August.
If you have a heartbeat, it is the responsibility of the state of South Carolina to protect your life.
And this is mostly why. Talk of stricter abortion bans has drawn out debates between lawmakers throughout the year. The Center of Reproductive Rights says South Carolina is now the only state in the Southeast that hasn't passed a new abortion ban this year. Ann Wilson hopes it stays that way.
Anyone who needs an abortion should be able to access that in an affordable way.
If the Senate doesn't pass its 6-week abortion ban tonight, the bill will go to a joint committee between the House and Senate to come to a compromise, something Dave Wilson and other anti-abortion advocates are hoping to prevent.
Let us get it to the governor's office, let's get it signed, let's get it put into law, and let's stop the vacation traffic.
Now, South Carolina's current abortion law is its 20-week abortion ban, which was passed prior to lawmakers passing the state's fetal heartbeat law, which bans abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. That law is on hold after pro-abortion advocates sued the state back in August. The state Supreme Court will have a hearing for that lawsuit tomorrow. Reporting live from the State House, Carlin, Carolina News.